Well, we have a whopper of an episode for you. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Spitball Media Podcast. This is where three dudes just spit out the top entertainment stories of the week. And boy, have we got some big uns. My name's John Draper. Joining me is the Prince of Philadelphia himself, Mr. Shaheen. Shaheen, what a week.
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't seen any of these trailers yet, so
we
got a lot to get through.
We have a lot to get through. And of course, you know him, you love him. Give him a big hug if you can. Mr. B. Show. Brian B. Show. Brian, you're rocking your Tigers gear there?
Hell yeah, dude. I threw it on and haven't worn it in a while. It's almost opening day, right?
Yeah, we're getting close to the baseball season. Listen, we have an action-packed show for you tonight. Just tons of stuff, and we want to get to it as soon as possible. But we start the show each week by just reminding everybody that you might want to consider going to that patreon.com/Spitball Media, because for $5 measly, okay, that's like you could pretty much find that in the street these days. You would get access to like 1,300 hours, possibly at least over 1,000 of limited, almost unlimited amount of shows going all the way back to the full catalog. We're talking exclusive content just for the Patreon members. Shah, it's worth its weight in gold.
I agree. It's worth more than gold in $5. It's hell of a deal. I don't know. I mean, I've seen so many Patreons on YouTube now. No one's charging $5 anymore. Everyone's charging like crazy amounts. So, you know, some of the tiers, man. I've seen some that go up to 500. Like, who the fuck is paying 500 a month?
What do you get? A BJ and a steak dinner?
Yeah, I think you get to like choose like topics for shows and get to be on panels with them and like
what? That's insane, John. That's crazy.
Obviously, they're bigger channels with like hundreds of thousands.
Neither one of you are going to tell me anybody you'd give $500 to on a show, right? B show. There's nobody.
No, I think some people did it like to go hang out at Conrad's place for like a month, but yeah,
to smell his farts, like to smell his cabbage farts, like what?
Why? Yeah, he did like these meet and greet, like meetup things with fans that would pay. This I think a while ago, yeah.
Wow, I'm out of that loop, as you well know. But $5, guys. You get access to every show, tons of bonus shows, theme shows, exclusive content, solo shows, question and answer shows going back to the Break the Apocalypse days. I mean, my God, it's a wide berth there. It's a big amount of shows, and it's been $5. It'll always be $5. It's one tier. And of course, there's a cool bunch of people that have been keeping the lights on in this place. So thank you to them above anybody else. And we appreciate you guys checking us out on the free. And of course, hit that YouTube subscribe. Let people know. We just talk about movies here, strictly movies. It's like Step Brothers and 80s Joel. This is all we talk about. We talk about movies, talk about things in entertainment, music, but that's it. No nonsense. And there's a ton of things that have come out in the last like 72 hours that are just overwhelming. So we want to get right to it. But I do want to check out who's chilling with us right now. We got, of course, Chris Matthews, Reg Dow, Joe Punches. Marquise is hanging out in there. Marquise, we're going to have to do some follow-up with you about this Jake Paul thing when it gets closer to the date. And, of course, thank you guys. We really, really appreciate it. So, listen, it's a weird couple of days. I don't even know where to start, but we've decided what we're going to do is, because so many trailers have come out, and some of in the last few hours, 24 hours actually, not to mention the X-Men 97 that just debuted, to rave reviews, but we want to get right to it. Now, we have a ton of trailers. We're going to have to do the YouTube thing there. We're going to have to talk over them. We have to stop, start, but Shah's going to be seeing every one of these for the first time. I have not seen the Beetlejuice trailer too. I'm sure you've watched the B show, correct?
That's the only one I watched because when my kids came home today, I promised I'd watch it with them.
Okay, I know it's a teaser. So I think we should go right to the big dog, the big swinging dick in the room. Hours ago, as we're doing this live, Beetlejuice, which is the name of the movie, the long-anticipated Tim Burton sequel with original cast members Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, and of course Winona Ryder. Plus, I don't know who else is in it from the previous movie, but we're talking about a Lifetime. It's leaked. It isn't leaked. It's out. And we thought it would be fun to watch it together with you guys. And we're going to pull it up. B-Show Brian, let's get right to that Beetlejuice. Now, again, we all have to pause it, and talk over it. But this is only a teaser trailer. All right, let's do it. Let's check out Beetlejuice. And of course, that's Jenna Ortega right, B Show?
Yep, riding a bike like Lydia from the original one through town.
Look at this. Whoa! All right, pause it just for the people following because we also don't want to get kicked off YouTube. There was just a screenshot of a funeral with Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega, who we know now plays her daughter, and the mom, Catherine O'Hara. And they're singing, of course, Shah, the infamous Harry Belafonte song, who's also dead. I think he only died not that long ago.
That was
like
that
a
was
year
the
or two
mom
ago.
from Home Alone, right?
Yeah, she's also the mom from Home Alone. What's
Yeah.
wild, like what you know, and she's on that show Schitt's Creek. It's very popular. She's a great actress, comedian. Right off the bat, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm getting there. B Show.
It's giving you some feels.
Yeah, I'm getting the feel, Shah. Like I feel it. You know what I mean, Shah? Like I'm like, yeah, this looks familiar.
Yeah, I like the it's got the same vibe, like the same color palette and shit so far.
Color
so-
palette looks. What do you think of the color? I think color palette looks great.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The color palette is very, very similar to what I would expect out of a Beetlejuice. So I'm just hoping they keep the same kind of like weird creatures and shit. Like that's
I know. Well, they said they brought back stop motion. Tim Burton today actually made a point of telling people
good.
they brought back stop motion just to keep in the theme. So here we go. Let's see what happens. They're at a funeral. We don't know whose funeral is. We're assuming it's the dad character because he's a pedophile in real life, Jeffrey Jones. I don't know anything about.
He was, man.
He was. He really was. All right, let's go. But he's still alive.
Yeah, someone's going up the steps to the attic. And there's the model.
Wow, guys.
Like, goosebumps, man. And then in comes Lydia to see what the hell her daughter unearthed.
Holy shit. And the model is, oh, here we go.
The juice is loose.
Wow. 2024 AD. Okay, can we go back there a little bit? I want to freeze on that Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
It's a freeze on that Michael Keaton. He looks like Robert Smith now.
He does.
He does. He looks like Robert Smith. Shah, not the best. I mean, he looks a little rough. Let's not. I mean, we're not going to be dicks here, but what's your reaction to that, Shah?
Honestly, I'm perfectly fine with it because Beetlejuice is supposed to be dead anyway. So if he looks like shit, it kind of fits the character. Like he's not doing Batman, you know what I mean? Like it's
no, he looks great.
It's different, an aged version. I'm fine with it. So I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have any complaints. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being silly here, but he looks like bloated juice. B Show Brian, your thoughts there?
I'm fine. Beetlejuice is supposed to be a dead corpse anyway, in a way. Although my kids did look at it. One was scared and was like, why does Beetlejuice look like that?
Mm-hmm.
One's 6, so I'll keep that in there. So I think a lot of people are going to notice it, but what do you expect? Dude, I'm excited for this movie because I never thought it would happen. Like this movie's been in production hell since like 1989. And just to see this like finally coming to fruition, it's fucking awesome.
I mean, listen, I'm excited. I think it looks great. Jenna Ortega is so cute. I'm so happy that she's in this movie. We don't know what we're getting. But you know what's weird, guys? It almost feels like it's like a fake. Like I can't explain it, Shah, but it's like I know this is legit. I know this is, but I'm still like it's still so weird that this is real. Like we're talking about 30. Is it almost 30 years? How long ago is this? Did you know?
1988. So what?
33 years? 30 no
36, dog.
36 years. Shah, 36 years.
Yeah, honestly, after that Joker AI trailer that we watched, it's hard to trust anything because I'm like, I don't even know what's real anymore and what's not. So if they told me this was AI, I'd believe it. Like I don't.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, aren't you kind of having that vibe, or it's like, well, maybe it's fake?
No, not necessarily, but like I don't know, man. If somebody told me this was AI, I'm at the point that I've been so surprised by how far AI has come in like a year that I'm terrified of where we're going in the next 10 years. Cause like, you're not going to be able to tell what's real and what's not anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry.
And that's going to transition into like online, like people's Instagrams, people's dating pages, like everything's going to be fake. You're not even going to, you know how many people are going to get catfished soon? Like you're going to have no idea who the fuck these people are. Terrifying.
Yeah, I agree with you. B Show, I mean, I think you're maybe the biggest fan in the room Well, actually, I don't know that. I mean, I think we're all probably, but I think B Show might be a bigger fan than you and I, Shop, for some reason. But B Show, I look, it's a teaser, but this is a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it has familiar beats with other retro, remake teasers. Like they'll take the old song and kind of redo it over the top. And
Right.
obviously, it looks like a modern movie. It's shot in 4K or whatever it is, and it doesn't have the same kind of grittiness to it that the other one did. But it's just based on technology, so I don't know, I can't grouse about that. Her walking up the steps to the attic looks like she's walking up the attic to the old house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
So
model looks good.
yeah.
Winona Ryder looks bad. I mean, listen, this is I remember seeing this on a date, in high school. Winona Ryder is my age. She's like my generation. I gotta say, man, she looks fucking cool as fuck. Child, like she looks good, right?
Yeah, honestly, she hasn't like aged much. I don't know if they're using CGI on her for wrinkles and stuff, but she doesn't look her age.
I can't see Burton going there. Can you?
Because she's what, in mid 40s, close to 50.
I'm gonna
probably?
say 51.
Yeah.
B Show G check me because people can take this shit real seriously.
She was 16 in 88, so if you can find that out before
She was
I search
16
it.
in 88. Okay, I was
50.
17 in 88, so she's 51.
Yeah.
She was 16 in the
52
original.
now, yeah.
She's all right. We're literally the same age. That's wild. Gotta say, her standing next to Jenna Ortega, mother and daughter, works. I mean, I don't know. It just they got a similar look, And also, Shah, you don't watch Stranger Things. Like she's had a renaissance from being the mom from Stranger Things for all these seasons, and the popularity of that show. She was sort of persona non grata, and that show, Stranger Things, and which by the way also takes place in the early '80s. So like her look and everything. I mean, my generation, she was the shit. I mean, she was that girl. You know what I mean, Shah? Like she was like a sought after, like dudes fought over this, like the top dudes fought over this girl.
Yeah, I watched the first season of Stranger Things, so I remember her from it, but I just never kept up with it. But I did see the first season.
Yeah, it's a dense show. Like it's one of those shows you either dive in or you just check out. B Show, you don't watch her on Stranger Things, do you?
No, I never got into Stranger Things. I don't know why. Never did. But didn't she get pinched for shoplifting a while back, and that kind of killed
back
her
in the
career?
day? Yeah, it kind of fucked up her career. Here's a funny story about Winona Ryder that only people my age will remember. So Winona Ryder was becoming like that girl, like the thing, and they asked her about music she liked, and she said like her favorite bands were like the Replacements and Soul Asylum. And Soul Asylum was becoming a huge band for a hot minute. And the dude from Soul Asylum like dropped, like immediately started, like they started dating immediately. It was like, that's the kind of power she had. Like Johnny Depp's getting tattoos of her. Like she was that bitch, man. Like she really was. People copied her hairstyle, her look. She was like the skinny, wafy, dough face, cigarette smoking, girl. People started dressing like her. Every girl that I went to college with, when I started going to college in 1989, the cool girls looked like her. Like they looked like they wanted to look like her, and then reality bites. Like she's a big deal, and it's weird because I feel like now a whole generation of people learned who she was from Stranger Things, and she's a superstar from that now. And now once again, standing next to Jenna Ortega, B Show, like, I mean, it's almost like passing a torch.
Absolutely, because Jenna Ortega is the it girl now. Well, one of them.
Oh yeah,
but
one of
the
them,
it girl
sure.
as far as film and television go.
Yeah.
And you're right. Winona Ryder was that. Was she? She was in Heathers. She was in a bunch of stuff.
Reality Bites, Heathers, Dracula. She's in fucking Dracula.
That's right.
She dropped out of The Godfather 3 because she had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah,
She's
and then
supposed to
she
be the
was
daughter of
also
Godfather 3.
right before she got pinched for shoplifting. She was in Mr. Deeds, which was a successful Happy Madison movie with Adam Sandler.
She was in an Aliens. She was in one of the. She was in Aliens.
That's right.
She was in Aliens 4.
Was it 3 or 4?
She wasn't in 3. She was in the one. What's his face did Shah, the Spanish director. She was in the one. The dude who did City of Lost Children. You know what I'm talking about, Shah? The Hobbit guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of the movie though.
Resurrection. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Slave Cheeks is hanging out with us too. I'm into it. I'm all on board. I'm excited. Joe Punch has brought up, I think, no CGI, but this film is confirmed by Burton. And Chris Matthews talking about Heathers is a classic. Yeah, Heathers is a fucking classic. It's my wife's favorite movie. Like it's like we watched that when we were dating in the late '80s. Yeah, I'm excited, but Chris, excuse me. Somebody brought up in the chat, Rich brought up that sequels do make me nervous. I do get nervous with sequels. Shah, do you have any sort of like trepidation about this being a 36-year out sequel, or do you think we're all good?
I haven't seen the last Ghostbusters movie.
That
A
is
lot
an
of
issue.
people were praising that, so I have some hope that they might be able to manage it properly. But then again, we've had things like the Exorcist remake, and it's a little scary when they tap back into the archives and bring back these classics and try to remake them or continue them.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, I have more hope for this than horror movies because I think horror movies are harder to impress people with. Movies like this and Ghostbusters and so forth it's probably a little easier as far as the concept.
Yeah, B show, you're good. You're worried.
I'm excited, but cautious because we've all been through this before. And I know Tim Burton's directing, but his last couple movies haven't been very good. So I'm hoping that I don't even need a home run at this point since everyone's talking about the Tiger shirt. I don't need a home run. I just give me a solid double or a walk to third, or you know what I mean? The one thing I did find refreshing about it though, is there's so many actresses, especially it girls from back in the day, who like mutilate their face and try to stay young. And even if she's had Botox or something, she doesn't look like she's carved herself up very much. It's really refreshing to see a woman in her 50s who was a leading woman who looks like a normal human being. So
Yeah,
I do like that.
Well, I also think she stepped away from Hollywood for a long time, so she didn't have. She wasn't out there for the last 40 years. You know what I mean? She kind of was gone for a really, really long time. Oh, backwards Baron Corbin is chilling with us too. But another big, and I mean huge trailer that dropped yesterday that I've watched. These guys have not. I'm very excited to watch it with them. We're talking about the new Aliens, the highly anticipated Aliens film, which we are going to talk a little bit about after the trailer about the timeline, because there is a timeline sort of thing that there needed to be some clarification for this. But it is from the director of a movie we reference here quite a bit. The guy who directed the Evil Dead remake, I forget his name. I'm not going to pronounce it.
Fede Alvarez.
Fede Alvarez. So this is Alien Romulus, and this is another teaser, but we will probably have to stop it just to make sure we don't get booted.
All right.
That's a nice looking shot there.
Yeah.
Fede Alvarez. This guy
looks familiar.
Oof.
I mean, the fact that that guy is doing it gives me hope because he knew what he was doing with Evil Dead. So.
And Don't Breathe. Shah, did you like Don't Breathe?
I never seen that actually.
You would like it. Ridley Scott's producing, which is cool. Oof.
That doesn't sound good. Oh shit!
Run.
Look at this
there's
shit.
There's
Look at
multiple.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Event Horizon.
Little. Whoa.
Pause
Jeez.
it.
Hard. I think we get a little. I thought they gave us a little something at the end there. What is the release date for this, B show?
August 16th.
So it's a summer movie. B show, can we before we do that, we should talk about that. Shah, your first thoughts there. I mean, we like this director quite a bit.
I mean, it's a teaser, so it's hard to tell. But I like the aesthetic so far. Like it reminds me of like kind of like the older ones. And like I said, the fact that that guy is in charge kind of gives me hope. So I'm hoping they don't shit the bed, because Alien, I mean, there's been so many bad ones, you know. So it's just like
the let me ask you a question. What tell me the bad ones in your estimation. Now you talking about you're talking about like
3, Resurrection.
I didn't hate 3. I got 3.
It was horrible, dude.
I got what they were going. It was it was a weird movie. It was more the aesthetic of it was just too creepy and weird.
The third one, the CGI was the worst out of everything I've seen. That was like one of the worst. I don't know, man. The first 2 were amazing, and then I think it just set the standard so high that they were not able to compete with that. And then Prometheus and all, I just didn't.
You didn't like Prometheus?
No, I didn't really understand it. Like it was just, I don't know.
It's a dense movie. And wasn't
Very
there now
confusing.
wasn't there one after that though? Yeah. No, there was
Yeah,
that.
Covenant.
What was the one after Covenant?
Yeah.
Which one was Covenant, guys? I'm trying to remember Covenant.
I actually didn't see that one. I kind
I
of
did
gave up
see
on
it.
them after Prometheus.
Now,
but-
Shah, do you count the Alien vs Predator movies in the lineage?
No, but those are.
You can. I
I
think
mean,
you
I
should.
guess, but it doesn't help the situation because those are worse. Honestly, I mean,
It doesn't
if I
help the
don't count
situation.
those, it's going to benefit aliens.
It doesn't help the situation.
No, it doesn't. Those are terrible.
One of them is way worse than the other one. Put it that
Well,
way.
it's funny because like when he said bad alien movies, I thought he was talking about those because I thought Alien Resurrection was pretty good. I mean, it might have been a little bit
it's Fincher.
corny,
I
but
mean, I like it's a weird movie. I think it's a little too dark. Like it's dark. It's a
Third one
fucking-
was
it
definitely
is.
the worst, though, dude. Everyone hates the third one. That's like
yeah.
nationwide known as like the worst out of all fucking alien movies.
and it's Fincher too. And then after Fincher, we got what's his face from The Hobbit there, Benicio. The fuck's his name? The guy who's doing help me, B-Show. What the hell's his name?
That's what I'm looking for, unless someone in the chat can beat me to it.
Well, let's pull up their history because I also wanted to see who's in this movie and clear up the timeline here.
Right.
Covenant was the last one after Prometheus. Prometheus is basically an old school prequel, and then Covenant is kind of like the loose sequel, I guess, to that. Movies in order. Okay, so we got.
Let me drop down here. Here we
Yeah,
go.
let's drop down here. Okay. Ridley Scott, David Fincher. Who directed Resurrection? Jean-Pierre No? Wait, hold on. I thought David Fincher. Wait, he directed. All right. Genet, yeah, he directed City of Lost Children. That guy, because it kind of looks like that movie. If people know.
You said Jean Pierre?
Jean. What? Can you click on that director?
The pirate. The fucking pirate.
I was gonna say
Mountie.
PCO. PCO directed the movie.
John Pierre. What is his name? PCO. What else? This guy's directed some bangers, I think. Though, hold on. What's his? The City of Lost Children. It's like one of the most beautiful movies. Delicatessen. Shah, you know Delicatessen. Amelie. This guy's directed like fucking serious shit.
Yeah, Delicatessen. I've never seen it, but I know it's a weird ass fucking. It's like
Oh,
about
you
a
would love it.
butcher or something, right? It's like
Yeah.
some
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
The City. Have you ever seen City of Lost Children? It's
yeah, I love that one. That's
phenomenal.
a
It's fucking. It's a timeless movie, man. This guy's
beautiful
got-
looking movie. It looks
Yeah.
surreal. It's weird. It's like
Wow.
kind of
So he-
reminds me of what was that Dark City? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah,
Kinda
absolutely.
got the same vibe.
Very atmospheric.
Yeah.
What is that? A very long engagement. What is that after this? It's really small print for me. What is that movie?
Dude,
after?
by the way, random, but since I mentioned Dark City, that's like one of the most underrated fucking
I saw it in
movies.
movie theaters. Dark City.
No one ever talks about that movie.
It's a
and
cult classic now. The
There
young
you
and
go,
the
Micmacs.
Okay, Big Bug. Yeah, I've seen Delicatessen. I've seen City of Lost Children. I've seen Alien Resurrection. Amelie is like a fucking big movie. It's like an Academy Award movie. So this guy's directed some good shit. I kind of got what they were going for. It maybe it was just not. He was probably not the right guy for the gig. So Fincher did the third one. He did the one with Winona Ryder. Is that that one? What's the one with
that
Winona
4?
Ryder? Is that 4? Yeah, Resurrection. Okay. Yeah, I like this one. I don't hate this one.
Yeah, Brad Dourif, Ron Perlman. This movie's
Yeah,
pretty good.
Shah, you don't like this one?
it was okay. I mainly hate the third one.
Okay,
for the
yeah, I
most-
thought this was. So what comes after this fourth one? There's so much going on. Prometheus. Okay, very. I don't know. It's either people like it or they don't. It's very boring. Covenant was not that good. I didn't like Covenant. Who directed Covenant? Ridley Scott. Wow, that's right. Fuck. Yeah, Covenant. I thought was
Yeah,
weird.
he did that. I didn't know he
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we got Romulus. Now, B-Show, can we clarify the timeline for Romulus? Because it's supposed to take place between Alien and Aliens, if I'm not mistaken. Or if we could
Yeah, let's
query
see.
what that is.
Set in between Alien and Aliens. Yeah.
And I can't read, it's too small, but okay, so we basically, and who's in this? Do we got anybody cool in it? Let's see. I'd like to see who's in this movie.
Let's find out. Kaylee spent. Let me go to the pictures because I don't know. Who
I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these people. Jesus. They didn't spend money on actors and actresses, Shah, so maybe the special effects budget will. Who are these people? This is a cast of nobodies.
No idea.
All right, well, they're nobodies.
That
Well,
might
we
be
like-
good though. Remember
Yeah.
some of the old horror movies of the '80s, cast with nobodies, and they ended up good.
Absolutely.
Not even that.
Absolutely.
Talk to Me. We didn't know anybody from Talk to Me. You know.
Yeah, they were young kid. They're young kids though. They're like, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, they're these are
Yeah,
these,
first
these
time.
look like young kids.
This looks like a very young international cast. Show, can we click on the director's entire? I think he's directed more than those movies.
They look like they just graduated from the Disney Club, man. They look fucking 18 and 19.
They might have got him from Disney. And he's the okay.
Here we go.
Let's not forget he did the chainsaw there.
Oh, nice.
All right, I can't see this; it's too small.
I didn't hate that movie. A lot of people gave that movie shit. I thought it was.
We liked it. Me and Show really liked it. Okay,
Yeah.
so he did Chainsaw. He did the Don't Breathe movies, which are both very good. I didn't like the second one as much as the first one. A lot of people love Don't Breathe, but you need to check that out if you guys haven't. They're good. They're really good. Girl in the Spider's Web. I don't care about those books. We loved Evil Dead, and this is Show. This is a big movie for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting off his little career here, and this might be make or break for him because Texas Chainsaw was divided, but a lot of people liked it. Evil Dead was pretty widely recognized as a good movie. Don't Breathe has been in the conversation for a while.
Yeah.
So this could be a home run. It could be a bust, but who knows? And between the first and the second, because for those of you who don't know, the first movie, Ridley escapes, and then in the second one, she wakes up out of stasis or something, and it's been like 150 years, and they find her. So it's in between those times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I like the tone of the movie, Shah. I like the way it looks like an Aliens movie. It looks like an Alien franchise film.
Right. Sigourney Weaver, she has nothing to do with this though, right? Like
No.
she's not going to be in this.
No.
Well, that's kind of weird. How are they going to pull that off if she's?
I don't know. I mean, and by the way, they could be hiding that for the film.
Yeah, but I mean, just for the timeline, like if it's between 1 and 2, she's going to look old as fuck. It's not going to make sense.
Well, no,
unless
that's what I was saying.
She's
Is
not in it.
After the first movie, when they find her in the second one, like 200 years has taken place, and she's been out like lost in space and some frozen sleep shit. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
You remember Resurrection? She was in Resurrection when she woke up.
She was a clone. No, wasn't she? She was a clone in the fourth.
Oh, was she?
She was a clone in the fourth one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was.
haven't seen it
They
forever.
spliced her in the alien DNA.
Yeah. She's a clone. I mean, look, I think this looks dope as fuck. I'm hoping it's R-rated. Do we know if it's R-rated? Because that would really suck ass if it's not R-rated.
I can try to find out.
So let's say what the chat is saying. Backwards Baron Corbin said he'd like 3. Chris Matthews saying Neil Blomkamp was supposed to do Alien 5, but that fell through for Prometheus. Yes, I did read that. Joe Punches says he loves Dark City. Slave Cheek says these actors are probably in TV shows we don't watch. Chris Matthews is talking about Don't Breathe. The second one, they made him the good guy, which was a mistake. Yes, I agree. It's a hard R, Joe Punches is saying. Okay. I'm excited about this. Like, Shah, I feel like between the director and it looks like they got it in a good timeline. You know what I mean? And it kind of reminds me of Aliens.
No, I'm hopeful. As long as they don't bring in Predator, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Because I think that's where they've really just kind of lost me over the series is when they incorporated Predator, and they were all like PG-13 movies. They were just not.
I think one was. I don't know what one of them was. I'm not sure. One of them is just the second one is pretty much unwatchable. The first one is a little bit of a blah, but I did see it in theaters because it was Aliens vs. fucking Predator.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too. I hated
it. I was really disappointed in it. Show your thoughts here. You even more optimistic for this, or?
I think I'm more optimistic for this because I'm less invested than I am in like Beetlejuice, which is one of my favorites from being a kid. Mm-hmm. And like you guys said, it looks like basically just an updated version of one of the original movies. It looks really good. The set looks cool. It looks gnarly with the kills and the fucking face huggers coming scurrying out of the corridor there.
Oh, they're really, awful, really those things, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're awful, those little fucking things. Ugh. Yeah, I like that first shot, guys. Do you remember like where we see in the broken spaceship and one of the things is just covered in blood?
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck. And you're hearing like, help me, oh my god. Wow.
It really reminds me of Event Horizon, like the aftermath of just like hell going down on a spaceship and no one's there and they're just finding like the aftermath. I don't know. I kind of like that.
Yeah, for sure. So we're excited for that. That was a big one. Now we're going to take a different tone here. There was a trailer that just dropped for a Netflix show that I know nothing about. These guys haven't seen the trailer. I've seen the trailer a few times. A lot of people were talking about it on social media. It looks like, and I don't want to, give away the lead here, but it looks like a movie about gods, that like Greek gods, in particular Zeus, which we'll get to in a second, played by Jeff Goldblum of all people, um, entering back into our modern world. And it is a Netflix series. I don't know if it's a series or a movie. The trailer just fucking dropped. Like it literally just came out. But this is called Kaos, spelled Kaos, and we're going to play it for you right now.
Hopefully, it's a movie.
Mortals.
This bitter earth. Ooh, that
Oh, I love the end of the fucking
Today
world.
is a holy day.
glow of a rose. What
Looks
good
like he's
am
wearing
I?
Elvis's
Chernobyl.
clothes.
Look at Goldblum in the tracksuit.
Heaven only knows.
Honor me. That's a command, not a request.
Lord, this bitter earth.
Yeah, I want to check this out because I like the concept of it. It reminds me of a Neil Gaiman book. But look at Goldblum. I mean, I love that Zeus statue too. The End of the Fucking World was a phenomenal Netflix series that I highly recommend. And if you've never seen Chernobyl, on HBO will knock you on your ass. It's that fucking brutal to watch. I love Goldblum. I love that they cast him as Zeus. But this looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting TV show. What do you think of it there, Shah?
Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I'm invested in this. It didn't really do much for me. Maybe it's because it's just a teaser and they're not really showing much. Huge Goldblum fan, but I don't know. It's not something I think I'd be interested, especially if it's a TV series. Like, count me out, because TV series, I just can't do it.
Well, we're gonna pull it up. We don't know that it's a series because it doesn't say series or film. It just says Chaos.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's a movie though.
I do think it's a film. Show Brian, your thoughts?
I mean, Jeff Goldblum as an evil take on Zeus, or a vengeful take on Zeus in modern day. I mean, the concept is really cool. But Shah's right. They really didn't give us a whole lot. Although I laughed my ass off. I apologize. I didn't expect to do that at the statue that looked like him.
Yeah, the statues. Good. Let's pull it up and see who's behind it. And I like the idea of like the modern, like gods interfering, and like there's gods, which is an interesting. It's a TV series, Shah. Unfortunately for you. Okay, go ahead, B-Show. What do we got?
The series revolves around 6 humans as they discover their connection to each other and to a long-standing ancient prophecy while they deal with the corrupt and arrogant gods of the Greek mythology.
So it's a modern day version where we're controlled by Greek gods.
Yeah, it says 6 humans discover their connection to each other and to a long-standing ancient prophecy. Okay, so like a modern day myth relating to past Greek gods. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's look up this director guy, see if he's done anything good.
Charlie Covell?
I don't know who that is. Maybe it's the End of the Fucking World person.
Not to judge a book by its cover, but man.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on there, Charlie.
Looks like Max Headroom.
Jesus Christ.
It's like Boy George reinvented.
It's like, it looks like Tony Khan's haircut. Let's scroll down there. Yeah, the End of the Fucking World is great. I love the End of the Fucking World. It's fucking awesome.
It's kind of got the Gordon Ramsay haircut.
Yes. British. You don't say.
Everywhere.
Best known for their adaptation. So it's this person's an actor. Yeah, it's a lot of British shit. I'm curious about it. Somehow they're connected to Florence Pugh. I don't know what that's about. But
is it a guy? I don't want to be a dick.
I don't know. I don't think so. Is it a dude?
Girl?
I just don't know. I don't know who this person is.
Slave Chief says it looks like a non-binary person. That might be because I can't tell really, honestly.
I thought it was a woman, but I don't want to misgender and all that shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a woman actually. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna stay out of this. I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't know. I was just curious. They're saying it says male. The End of the Fucking World is fantastic. I love that show. If you've never seen it,
And I'm a writer and now sometimes actor. I wrote a film called Burn, 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 and
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't see anything saying not to call this person a woman. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just,
her experiences as a
yeah,
writer.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay. It's just maybe a very sort of male presenting female, but End of the Fucking World is great. I would totally tell anybody to watch it. I'd like to check this out because I like Goldblum. Shah, I just feel like his voice, like he could pull something like that off regardless of his physic, his look.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites, man. I think he hasn't been utilized well over the last, I don't know, decade, 2 decades. Like, what has he done other than
Well, the
Jurassic
Park reboots,
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, what else has he done? I don't even.
rent.com. He does those .com commercials for renting.
Yeah, I haven't. Where's he been at? Why is nobody?
He had a
using
Disney
him?
Plus show where he just did weird shit. It was like Jeff Goldblum's universe, where it's just
Yeah.
you hang out and do weird stuff with Jeff Goldblum. I can't remember the name of the show. I love Goldblum. Goldblum's dope. B-Show, you
Was
like
he in
Goldblum, right?
Ragnarok?
Yes, he was phenomenal in Ragnarok. Actually,
Wait, he was
great.
in Death Wish?
Yeah, he plays one of the muggers in Death Wish. Actually, you didn't know that?
No, I mean, I haven't seen Death Wish in a long time.
It was 1974. Yeah, look at
There
him,
he is.
Shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
God,
like, damn.
look at him. Yeah, he rapes fucking. I'm not saying this to be glib, but he's the rapist of, I think, Bronson's daughter or wife, or both. I
Say
can't remember.
grapes. Grapes.
Grapists. He's the
Yeah.
grapist.
No, I'm serious. YouTube is like with that word. You
Well,
can't
no,
even.
I mean,
You can't even say like kill on YouTube anymore. Like people say, you have to like. I don't know.
really?
Man.
Wow. I'm so glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. I'm so glad that I'm alive. B-Show, I'm gonna check this out for sure. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his. I don't know if I've seen him be evil in anything, but he seems like he could pull it off really well. He just has this malevolent nature that he looks like he can slip into pretty easily.
Yeah.
Especially as like a Greek god. I don't know why. That
Zeus,
twist
the
on it.
god
him
of
playing-
he's the god of gods. He's
Yeah.
You know.
In this
So-
picture, he looks like he could fit perfectly in "I Spit on Your Grave."
Yeah, he looks like that actor. The guy he
Yeah.
passed away a bunch of years ago. That actor.
It's kind of got the same vibe, same sleazy.
Is he, no, Shot? You're thinking of the Hills Have Eyes guy, the OG Hills. No, you're thinking
No.
of not no. You know who you're thinking of
Last House
not
on the
Ice-
Left.
Last House on the Left guy. Yeah, if you pull up Last House on the Left, he looks like the main antagonist in Last House on the Left.
Is it Krug?
He died a few years ago. I think my brother Mike met him at a horror con. The original. We're talking the OG. He's the main antagonist in the Last House on the Left. Oh, not
Is it
2009. Ricky Lincombe is the girl in the reboot. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah,
That's a
she's nude in it
strange-
too. Yeah. Oh yeah, she does the nudes.
Huh.
Does the nudes. Yeah, right, that little box right there. Like he's that guy.
Yeah, Krug.
David-
David Hess.
David Hess. He had a couple of horror movies, didn't he, B-Show? What did he did? He did some shit.
Let me see.
Kind of looks like Freddy Krueger.
He kind of looks like Howie Mandel.
He does.
Last House on the Left. To All a Good Night.
Oh, House on the Edge of the Park.
Yeah, okay. He's into
It's
To
a
All a Good Night,
Diodato
I guess.
movie.
Yeah,
Body
he's
Count.
White Star.
Oh, he was in Swamp Thing.
He's in Swamp Thing? Oh, that's
He must have been
interesting.
like a lackey or something.
Yeah, okay. Wes Craven's Swamp Thing. Oh, that's so wild. But yeah, I'll be checking it out. I think it looks interesting. There was a movie that we've been talking about in the Patreon. We watched the trailer from somebody's phone. But the trailer is out. This is getting a lot of attention since the trailer came out. And of course, I don't think any really big horror properties have been released, and there's going to be a dick ton between this month and the end of the year. There's just going to be a barrage of horror movies coming out. So the tone of this is going to change quite a bit. But there's this fascinating concept, a low budget film told from the perspective of a killer, of a brutal murderer called In a Violent Nature. It is going to go directly to Shudder, but it's going to theaters, I think, in May. As far as impactful trailers go, I think this is probably one of the most impactful trailers I've seen in a long time. And if you haven't heard it or seen it, we're going to play it for you guys right now. And if you guys in the chat, let us know what you think if you haven't seen this.
Some beautiful shots.
Yeah, I always love like wide shots. It just.
So we got the.
Oh, this is like the Friday the 13th one we watched, right?
Yeah, this is the real
Yeah.
one though. This is
Oh,
not
okay.
from a phone.
Yeah. Same
IFC
trailer
Shah?
though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I might be a little more red banny. I love these shots. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this looks so creepy to me. There's something about this I can't.
I would pause it for a minute.
Yeah, pause
Oh,
it for
yeah.
a sec. I mean, now we don't know that the whole film, guys, is from the perspective of the killer. That might be a little difficult to pull off. Do you think, Shah? Because they're saying it is.
Well, then how would? I mean, that would kind of suck because then you never really see the killer, right?
Which we know is kind of for a fact might be the case, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that blows dick, dude. I don't get to see who's killing.
Well, we don't know. I don't know. We really just don't know. Bisho, have you
Uh,
heard the same thing?
Just in passing, yeah, I haven't seen anything confirmed though. The one thing about that is, do you think it's going to take some of the tension out of the movie because you can't really build around the killer? Because
Well,
if the
hold
killer's
on.
gone and you
We
see
just
people
saw
in
if
it,
you even rewind that a little bit, we didn't see that guy get killed from the perspective of a killer or from walking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel that this is from that perspective. Just take it, right, Shah? I mean, look, this is clearly not from the perspective of the antagonist.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be full blown.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no way. Like, we wouldn't see this, right? I mean,
yeah.
right, Bisho? I mean, like, or am I wrong? I don't know.
No, I agree with you because they're showing cutaways and stuff of other things in the house, and so I think it'd be like I said. I think it would be a little shallow or one dimensional if they just followed the killer around as he did shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could follow him stalking people, but like to not cut away from him and show other people and kind of
It'd
sell
be
to you,
weird.
holy shit, don't he's coming. Where is he? It would be
Okay.
really weird.
Yeah, so let's continue here, because I mean, supposedly the kill scenes in this movie are big time. I love that dawn shot. Oh
Oh my
Jesus.
god, it just looks amazing.
This is my favorite. You see the size difference there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not first person. Wow.
Should pause it again.
Animals don't get
How did they not get sued by the Friday 13th?
I don't know, but Shah, you're bringing up a great point for people
I mean,
that
he's
are
got the
listening.
potato sack and everything. Like, it's literally
Friday the 13th. But what would be the lawsuit? Walking? I mean, like, what? We don't know.
Well,
you know,
they could argue
conceptually.
that the potato sack, them killer in the woods, in the lake, like, I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of similarities. I mean,
of course, and that's the point, I think. But I can't see how this would get greenlit. I mean, like, they would lose their shirts. You know what I mean? What do you think, Bisho?
Yeah, I agree, and I think honestly, the potato sack that was taken from what's that movie called? Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Yes, yeah, that's right. The Town
Yeah,
That Dreaded Sundown. That was the killer's whole thing.
Yeah, there was a couple movies that came out in the 70s. That one and another one that had a killer with a sack on his head. So that's not exactly original, but the tone, the look, the overall concept. I'm sure Sean Cunningham could say, "Hey, look, here's a backwoods, bald, kind of deformed looking killer roaming the woods, murdering people in the same way Jason did."
Mhm.
But then again, you could say the same thing about Victor Crowley in the Hatchet series too.
Oh, and how many other movies? I mean, guys, how many Friday the 13th ripoffs were there almost right after Friday the 13th? I mean,
Fucking Madman Mars.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Maybe if he doesn't use the machete, do you think, Shah? Like, maybe because right now we saw him kill a guy with his hands in a gun. He's got some fucking hooky thing that he's using, like a hook on a chain. I don't know what he's using to kill people. Maybe he's killing them with different objects. I don't know. That could be it. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely interested in it. It's just not very original. It looks good though.
Yeah, Bisho, rewind that a little bit. There's a little bit. The only dialogue we hear there, other than screaming, is this woman talking about animals. Just go right there. That's fine. It's my favorite. Look at the size differential, guys. I like this music too.
Yeah.
Animals don't get too hung up on reason. They just keep killing.
So cool.
Jesus Christ.
And I love that. Like that shot on the deck. Because look, you're going to see something come up the water there. Stay there for a second. Hit that back, Bisho. I just want to see. Because I don't know if it's a body or him.
Oh, it's
it's
a
a
body.
Body.
It's a body.
Come on, this is Friday, dude. This is
Yeah.
No, look, you're not wrong. I just don't know, like, how they would prevent it from being made. Oh, Joe
Just
Punches
wish-
thinks it's a bear trap.
I just wish they would take a little bit more pride in being original, like just a little bit, man. I mean, at least change the setting from the middle of the woods by a lake. Like, I don't know, just.
Well, I mean, as far as idea wise, it's not original. However, conceptually, we've not seen a movie like this where it looks like it's a lot of, you know what I mean? I don't know, show like, I mean, clearly they had to not rip it off. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't be able to make it, right?
I guess, but like Shah's saying, like we just mentioned a couple of rip-off movies, like even The Burning and things like that.
Yeah.
But this movie particularly coming out looks so like it's so easily identifiable as a knockoff Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, of
that
course.
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point something
Yeah.
comes down lawsuit wise from this.
So this is the Never Hike Alone mini movies that are on here?
Yeah, this is the second one. I'm not going to go through and play it, but there are scenes that
it's a fucking whole movie, right?
could be very similar to that.
Well, how
movie.
could they get away with this? Isn't this literally Friday the 13th, like a fake Friday the 13th?
It is, yeah.
So how are they allowed to do it?
So I don't know. I've tried to parse that one for a while, but basically, from what I've been able to tell, is since it has to be nonprofit, so all profits have to be used. Everything
this
raised
is
has to
clearly
be
for
used
profit. Okay.
to make the movie.
Well, no, it's not. It's not monetized.
Right.
So they're not
Well, no,
making
but
money.
But like if they do a GoFundMe, the guy can't take money and profit from it. It has to be dispersed to make the actual movie as a fan movie. Whereas this In a Violent Nature is definitely for profit. So
100%. I mean, it's going to
no, I get that, but I'm just saying on that YouTube video that you just went to, because you don't have YouTube Premium, so there would be an ad normally on an 1.5-hour video. The fact that
they can't monetize. Yeah, they can't attempt
Okay.
to make money off of it. Yeah, you're right.
So what's the fucking point then if you can't
get their name out there, you know?
I guess. I mean, it's almost like a student film, right? How a student film gets away with not having to do copyright stuff like that.
Look at the Talk to Me people. They were YouTubers. You know what I mean? That's how they got their name.
Yeah. I think if we did a deeper dive on this, we would see that it is a homage in some way. Like, I don't know. But people that have seen it have said it's fucking brutal. Like, it's a brutal, like, unflinching movie.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I mean,
it looks good. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, B. What were you going to say?
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I like the way the killer looks. It's not like over the top, crazy, unrealistic. It looks like a nasty, bruised up, dirty, grungy dude in the woods. It looks realistic as opposed to far out there fantasy.
Yeah, from my understanding, the little I read about it beforehand was that I think it's a resurrected dead person, and you're not really sure why they're doing any of this or how any of this happens. And I don't even know if any of this is cleared up in the film. I just know that it looks like a brutal horror movie. We don't have a lot of brutal horror movies like in the theaters, like we don't have a lot of these type of movies coming out in theaters to look forward to. You could find them on Tubi. You can find them on Shudder, but to go and see it in a Regal or an AMC. But yeah, some people in the Chris Matthews is saying, I'm shocked they got away with these movies. Yeah, I mean, there must be something to it. I mean, clearly we've seen ripoff of other films, but I'm interested in it for sure, and I'll definitely be checking it out. I'm curious. That end of May, Shah, isn't that like the Memorial Day kind of? That's a weird time, isn't it? Or is that Labor Day weekend?
It's Labor Day.
That's a
it's Memorial.
Whoa, guys, 93% critics.
Dude, can you Google? Remember how he looks from behind with that mask, right? Because it looks like he almost has goggles on, right?
Oh, look, you're right. Yeah, maybe that's how.
So,
he looks like one of the sand people from this.
This is what I want to say. Look up Skin Deep, and tell me this doesn't look like the same. It's a Skinned.
Yeah, that's that freaky weird movie you told us about, right?
Look at this. Tell me this is very similar.
Yeah, but his mouth is a bear trap.
Yeah, but we can't see what the mouth is. Who knows?
He might not have a mouth. Motherfucker might not have a mouth and shit. I don't know. He may not have lips and shit. I don't know.
This is a great movie, by the way.
You've been talking this up for a while.
Yeah, all practical effects. The guy that
this
directed
is like an Australian movie or something, or New Zealand.
I don't know, but the one dwarf is in there. I forget his name. The guy.
Warwick Davis.
Right.
Warwick
Davis is in this. Yeah, this is definitely a UK movie. I would totally check this out. But I'm excited for the movie. 93% B-Show critics score because it's screened for critics. That's fucking impressive, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like here's a movie that's getting press, it's getting attention, it's getting these huge, great reviews, but it's still very much a knockoff of Friday the 13th.
Conceptually, yes, but as far as the but we don't know what's in this story. We have absolutely, like, we could see this movie and be like, they totally misrepresented this and pushed it as like a Friday the 13th ripoff.
Which would be genius as a marketing campaign because people have been waiting for a Friday the 13th
All right,
movie
so
for a
Joe
long ass
Punches
time.
and Slave Cheeks are saying there is a picture of the killer from the front if you want to pull it up. Just saying it's out
okay.
there. I'd like to see it. I'm curious. I'm sure Shah would want to see it. And then we have one more cool trailer to get to that I'm very excited about. And we don't know the killer's name. Like, now, interesting, this killer's name is Stephen Voorhees. I don't know if you know that, Shah. Stephen
It's Jay
Voorhees.
Sean. Jay Sean.
Jay Sean Voorhees.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Marty
Is
Scorsese.
that his name, really?
No.
Jay Sean?
Jay
No. I know not Voorhees, the one that
His name is Jay Sean Ladarius Voorhees.
That would be amazing. That's the fucking killer.
I would love it.
It looks like he's wearing a diving helmet.
Let's see. Yeah, we might
It's
not.
hard
I
to
mean,
see.
look, I don't know. It's hard to see. Somebody
Yeah.
probably fucking leaked it, which is cool. Let's see if we could share it with the class.
That's what I'm trying. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought I was
Slave
sharing.
Cheeks and Punches said
dumb.
they seen it.
Here we go.
All right, let's just see what he looks like. Let's see if he looks like Sloth from Goonies.
I'm trying to get a bigger or better picture.
Oh,
here.
really? You can't really.
Yeah, it looks like a potato sack of goggles, dude.
A potato sack with goggles. What do you think the goggles are for? Do you think he needs progressives? Is it more like? Oh,
here
there
we
we go. Okay, that's
I like
a
that.
diving. That looks like almost like an old diving mask.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like a character from Mystery Science Theater.
You know who he looks like? Blaster from the third Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome's mask.
Oh yeah.
I'm Master. He's Blaster. He looks like Blaster a little bit, doesn't he?
He does.
Is that a pair of scissors on his mask?
Maybe.
What is
No,
that?
it looks like you pull it. You know what? Can we get a little closer? It's in Entertainment Weekly, the mask. What the fuck?
Oh, here we go.
All right, we're gonna blow this up a little bit. I love that
the
we're
fuck-
doing the deep dive on the mask. I love
If
it.
the ads want to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, word. Yeah, they gotta make their money, B-Show.
I like how they left a tag on the mask too.
Oh,
Entertainment
yeah.
Weekly gets all these exclusives and shit. It's wild. They had the
No, those are
Beetlejuice that day.
those are like rings and grommets, so that's not a scissors at all. It's just
Yeah,
on
you
the
pull.
mask.
I guess that you pull it from it. That's an interesting mask. It does. Okay, now you know how they're getting away with it. That mask doesn't look anything like a hockey mask. Doesn't look anything like a potato sack.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sure that I'm sure there's more to the story, but even if there isn't, if the execution is there, I'm on board. What?
It's a vintage fireman's mask, and is his name Johnny?
Johnny
Johnny Schwartz?
Johnny Schwartz? And he's mad because his mom wanted to get a shmushmushman?
So they incorporated the burning in there also with the fire.
What did the Bernie didn't have a mask, right?
No,
No, but the guy got set on fire.
No, he was all burned and shit. Didn't need no
Yeah.
mask.
You know,
Okay.
Punches brings up something I was thinking of a minute ago. There's
Zodiac.
one Zodiac murder where they said he wore an executioner's hood, and it does
He
kind
used-
of look
yeah, he
like
put
that.
the thing and he put the yeah. That's a fucked up mask, yo. And he's swinging a bear trap at a motherfucker. Jesus Christ. By the way, that guy looks big as shit, Shot, doesn't he?
I can't tell in the trailer he looks big, but it's I don't know.
Can we
man.
look?
It might
Can we
just be
look
the
at
angles.
just before? I don't want to spend the rest of the night on, but I look at the. Oh wow! Look at the. It's a play on the Zodiac too. Holy shit! Oh, that's the fucking Riddler mask shot from the Batman too. Wow!
wow.
That mask was fucked up. Yeah, interesting punches. Punches always pulls up the interesting references.
Mm-hmm.
Can we? Yeah, these masks are weird, yo. They're like borderline, like oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's creepy, man.
Just
That Zodiac.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, the Zodiac Killer's a level of creep factor. Bishop, we just pulled the movie up. I just want to see if the guy who played him is some giant dude or if it's a forced perspective and it's just an average dude. Oh, the
Did
Judy
thing from the Lord of the Rings on the moving set to make him look like he's 12 feet tall.
Yeah, shot like he's 5'8", but they shot him because that scene where he's coming towards that woman is like a foot difference.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even, like 6 foot and they just use certain angles to make it look big.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then again,
yeah,
I mean,
potato sack. I mean, like, did they say who plays the killer? Okay. I bet you that. Who's the killer? I bet you that.
My
first
guess
guy-
is this guy here.
Yeah, let's pull this guy up. I bet you it's that guy. Bunch of jabronis in this movie. All right, let's see.
Ryan
In a
Barrett.
Violent Nature. Let's see. Look at the movie this guy's in. The Demolisher.
He looks like a psycho, like a white
Yeah, he
power
looks like
psycho.
he looks like a big dude. I bet you this guy's big as fuck. Canadian. Okay. Yeah, he's probably some lumberjack or some shit.
It's Canadian Jason.
He's Canadian Jason, eh? Wow. Don't go in the woods, eh?
Eh, eh, eh,
Yeah. He says that.
Hey,
Take off,
Bob, you
hoser.
ever hear
So
the story? You ever hear
he's
the
actually
story of Jay
6'6".
Sean in the woods over by Saskatchewan, eh? He says he hits people with bear traps and stuff, eh?
Shah, what did you say?
He's actually 6'6".
Jesus Christ. He's a
Yeah.
monster. Dude.
23 years old.
That's a hard 20. He's an H23. That's
I-
23?
Yeah, he looks 37, dude. I don't
He's
know.
got a Sasha Banks forehead. Oh my God. He's got the CEO forehead, Bisho. Look at that.
This guy looks my age, dude.
Shah, this guy's 23 years old.
Yeah, look it up. It's 23. I just typed in his name.
What
What's
part of
been
Canada is
happening
he
to
from?
was he raised in the woods? Is this an autobiography? That dude, he's 6'6". Damn.
Just type in Rye Barrett height on Google. It'll pop up.
Okay.
His name's Rye Barrett.
He's from Guelph, Ontario.
Wow.
Musically inclined path into acting. He's a musician in a punk band and rock band through his teenage years
Jesus.
into his 20s. Wow.
I've seen a big diesel 6'6" guy fronting a punk band.
Isn't Corpse Grinder a big ass like Jack?
Yeah,
dude?
but he's not in shape.
okay.
He's a big slob. He's a big slob who buys like Furbies and shit. Makes YouTube videos making Furby. No, he likes to. He gets he buys. I'm shouldn't shit on it, but when he tours, he goes to concessions and like he does the grabbing games. He spends all
Claw
this money
machine,
on
yeah.
the claw machines and then goes to children's hospitals and donates all the prizes all over the. So he got an award for it for a children's hospital.
The crazy thing is, he's only 214 pounds. 6'6".
Wow. So he's CrossFit. He's CrossFit Jason.
Jesus. What's his last name, Shah? I was trying to look him up.
You had him right there.
Oh, he's right there, B. He's on a screen. If you pull this out, he's already there.
No,
I know, but then it was pulling up this other like basketball kid.
God, this dude was barely alive on 9/11. Jesus Christ. He's 6'6" shot. Yeah, he's no little dude, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're gonna see. Hopefully, it's a good film. I mean, wow. Jesus. That's a interesting looking guy. Well,
He reminds me of the dude who played Sabretooth. He's a little bigger than him. He played Michael Myers in the zombie movies too.
oh yeah, I forget his
Tyler
name.
Mane?
Shit. Tyler Mane. Wasn't Tyler Mane a wrestler, Shah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for this movie. I really want to see it. Now, our last trailer, before we head over to the Patreon, we have a ton of stuff we're going to get to in the Patreon, but is from the child of one of mine and Shah's favorite directors of all time, the legendary David Cronenberg, whose offspring, is it Brendan or Brandon, Shah? Brendan?
It's Brandon, but this is actually his daughter.
Yeah. Brandon Cronenberg has made some bangers. Oh my God, the wind has just shook my whole house. Wow. The wind literally just shook my whole house, like
Jesus.
Wizard of Oz style. That's how bad the wind advisory is here. They said expect a bunch of witches to fly around. Good Lord. Now, David Cronenberg's daughter, who I didn't know existed, made this movie called Humane. We're going to probably have to stop this a few times. So let's let this roll. No one has seen this other than me. But yeah, we're the Cronenbergs are no joke. And we're going to play this trailer right now.
I don't even know her, and I have high hopes for this.
While we every day bear witness to the catastrophic ecological collapse that is plaguing our planet,
Oh
we
shit.
must not forget that this is, above all, a human crisis.
Wait, hold on. Can you rewind? Did he just say you must not forget this is a butthole?
No, above all.
Oh, I thought he said a butthole. I
You
was
must
like,
not forget a butthole.
It's the opposite of Dune. Instead of a giant sandworm, it's just a giant gaping, leeching asshole.
Yeah.
I am in favor of this government doing whatever it takes to win this war.
It's not a war. Wars have opposing sides.
Humanity
guy.
is the opposing side.
Oh,
Is that supposed to be Ben Shapiro knockoff or
that's Jay
something?
Barenthal.
We are engaged in nothing less than a life and death struggle against our own extinction.
So I'm assuming this isn't going to theaters, right?
No, I think this is going to theaters.
Because it's a Shudder original.
Yeah, but
Shudder
IFC,
doesn't usually-
IFC though through IFC, Shah.
Yeah, but the Shudder logo makes me think it's a Shudder exclusive because I don't recall any Shudder movies being in theaters.
No, a couple have, I think, for sure. All right, let's let this play out.
Yeah, that one Love, that bodybuilder chick movie. Isn't that a Shudder movie?
No, that's A24.
Or is it Neon?
Love Lies Bleeding. That's Neon.
Okay.
All right.
So happy you all joined us tonight for a family dinner.
What is going on?
Yeah,
We
cool concept.
decided to enlist. What?
So John, lay it out for people who are maybe listening and not watching on YouTube.
So Caitlin Cronenberg's movie, basically because of a population crisis and probably some form of global warming, 20% of the human race needs to die. And I think people are volunteering to kill the 80% volunteers to kill the other 20%. Holy fucking shit. And from a Cronenberg shot.
So
right,
this is essentially like a spoiler for our future, I feel like.
Yeah, so this is almost like next week. So let's.
Yeah,
let's
it's pretty
look
much
at that.
reality when
Caitlin
inflation goes to a
Cronenberg
point.
didn't know you existed, pal. All right, let's see. Let's see the rest of the trailer.
And isn't this like, it looks like the family getting together for dinner to decide who's going to live and who's going to die?
Yeah, I think you. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Because I only saw the trailer.
It's like Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Sorry, I
Gallagher?
can't do it. I will always love you.
That's Marsha Gay Harden. I seen her on Broadway.
Hi, I'm Bob.
He's been
I
in
know
quite a
that
few
guy.
things, like news radio and stuff.
Oh, they're early.
Jay Baruchel.
You're not going to like this, but we're here to collect 2 bodies.
I already told you Dawn left.
Oh, shit.
And that's unfortunate. But the rules are the same for everybody.
Wow.
Think about your lives.
Yo, imagine if this
I'm
happened.
sure one of you is going to realize that
fuck?
it's not all that great.
I know we're family and all, but if Bob needs a second body,
We should pause it one more
it's
time.
not gonna.
I think
Wow.
every, like,
I love the
30
concept
seconds.
of this because it's very topical, don't you think?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I'm just-
thinking. Sorry, go ahead, Sean. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was thinking it was like, okay, here, family, let's decide which one of us lives. But
No.
It's people coming in, and now you have to draw straws and shit.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think it's a short straw. So 20% of your family has to die. You have to give them up to be killed.
I could work that out.
Yeah,
I
work
could take
that
care
out.
of that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay.
What are you gonna say, Shah?
Nothing. I'm surprised by the lack of body horror. That's what I was expecting from.
Well, we haven't seen the whole trailer yet. So
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
true.
Let's see how it plays. Let's see how the
Gonna
rest of
be
this plays
mine.
out. Is that
What
Marsha
are
Gay
they still
Harden?
doing in the house?
You know, based on my experience in similar situations, I want to say, yeah, killing one another.
Yeah, when you get this. Okay. Jesus.
You think I'm the bad guy. I'm doing important work to save the planet.
We can get through this, but we have to stick together.
It's been a hell of a night, huh?
I recognize so many of these people. I just don't know their names. Does anybody else get that vibe?
Yeah, I mean, I recognize the dad.
Peter
I don't know,
Gallagher.
I like the concept. That's what I meant. Knock at the Cabin, not Cabin in the Woods.
Knock at the cabin. Yeah, very
Yeah,
heavy.
thanks to Joe
Um,
much just for throwing that in there.
You might want to put a humane movie, film. God only knows what will come
We'll be
up.
talking about the staff at my local humane society.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
let's see.
What were you gonna say, Sean?
Nothing. I'm honestly just not as impressed as I thought I was going to be, just because the name Cronenberg is associated with it. I immediately expect a certain tone, and obviously body horror incorporated in somehow. But
Yeah,
this
because the
seems more
son does body horror.
realistic. Yeah, this seems like realistic.
Yeah, I mean it's a dark comedy, but it also seems incredibly topical. I didn't know what is that the bald guy? I got to know his name. Oh, this guy's been in a lot of TV
Enrico
stuff.
Catalone or something like that. Let me see.
Peter Gallagher, I know. That's
Peter
the only
Gallagher's
one.
been around a long time.
Yeah.
Emily Hampshire. Okay, that girl looks really familiar. But who is the bald guy? What is he from? The guy plays Bob.
He's been in a few things, but I remember him from News Radio, I think, back in the day.
Really? He's from that? He's that? Let's see.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just want to click on Bob there for a second. That guy looks so familiar. Enrico Colotini. Colotini.
Oh, Galaxy Quest.
AI. He was in AI. He's in Contagion. He's from Veronica Mars. Oh, Veronica Mars is on.
Yeah. Do you remember Galaxy Quest? We are here to ask.
I
Tim
love
Allen.
Galaxy Quest. Galaxy
Yeah.
Quest is dope. Shah, you remember Galaxy Quest?
I remember it. I never watched it though.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's that people want it to be a remake. It's actually kind of a cult movie. What has he been acting in? I feel like I haven't seen this guy in a long time. You mean Miss Valentine, Mother, Sister, Father, Brain? Okay, nothing that great. Yeah, I'm okay with it, Shah. I think it looks all right. I mean, it's a cool idea. It's a Cronenberg person. Oh, he's in Westworld. That's wild. Yeah, I feel like he's known for a couple of specific things. It's probably more TV things. I'll check that out. B-Show, would you check it out? I think it looks interesting.
Yeah, it's honestly, I don't know if it's because it doesn't seem like the same type of Cronenberg stuff we're used to seeing with Possessor and some of the older stuff. I don't know. I'll check it out, but I'm not as excited as what is it, Crimes of the Future and stuff like that.
Well, that's David Cronenberg, and
Yeah.
Brendan did he did 3 films in total, right, Shah? He's done
Yeah, he
3
did
now.
an Infinity Pool,
He did Infinity Pool.
Possessor,
And
Infinity Pool, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
what was the first one he did? And
antiviral.
Yeah,
Antiviral.
okay.
Yeah, I still need to check that out. I heard that's dope as fuck. But I think
I mean,
that's
anything his son puts out, I enjoy. All 3 of his movies have been amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. His daughter, I guess she's taking a different route. Or she
Yeah,
doesn't
I
want-
mean, Shah, if she just copied her brother and her father, wouldn't you be like, oh, you're copying your
well,
brother and your father?
if it's working, might as well just keep it going. Why not?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I'd be interested in checking it. It looks very different. I like the idea of it. And I'm sure it's got some creepy shit, like some, fucked up scenarios in it. I like the concept of it because it is very topical. Before we head out, I just want to point out, I don't know if you noticed this, Shah, but the movie Civil War that we had been talking about, that's coming, it's not coming out for a little bit, but Civil War, we played the trailer on the Patreon. This is going to be a very polarizing film in an election year. It screened, I think, for critics last week, and people are either saying it's brilliant or it's a piece of shit. Have you seen any write-ups on it yet, Shah?
No, but that's exactly what I would expect, depending on which political side you align with. Because clearly, I mean, if you're like a conservative, I'm assuming you're probably not going to like the movie much. It seems like it's a very liberal-ass movie.
Yeah.
Hence the recent A24
Well,
co-sign.
they said it's not about politics as much as it's about journalism. So apparently it's about the state of journalism and politics. So that's what I've read. But a lot of people were tweeting about it like crazy last week. It might have been at South by Southwest. I think that's really because that just had the films that premiered there. I think that's where it got. But I was seeing a lot of Alex Garland write-ups, and the director is probably one of mine and Shah's favorite modern directors. Maybe one of our top 5s, probably easily. I would say Shah.
Oh, definitely. Right now, current. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Current.
Yeah,
He's 3 for 3 with Ex Machina, Annihilation, and the very polarizing Men, which I think we all had on our top list for that year in horror films.
Yeah, it was my number one.
It was my number one. It was woo.
That movie is a masterpiece, dude. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If you don't like it, you didn't understand it. Like,
yeah, me too. I'll stand behind that movie forever. But
yeah.
but this supposedly, Shah, this comes out in a few weeks, and apparently it's a pretty heavy film. So I'm sure we're going to be checking it out and talking about it when it comes out. But we have a dick ton of things to get to on Patreon. We're going to talk about some really fun stuff there. So you might want to consider joining up so you can join us. And of course, if you join us, you'll be able to partake in our Q&A for the month, which we'll be recording next weekend. That's where any one of the Patreon sends us over questions, and we do a whole bonus episode just for them, like literally just for them. Stop motion, apparently, the horror movie about stop motion shit is now on Shudder. Joe Punches saw it, and he says it's fantastic. I think we played that trailer on Patreon. We'll be looking into that, even though I think somebody ruined the ending for me. But I'm going to get to the plugs because we want to go to patreon.com /Spitball Media to get to our bonus show. We're going to plug Deathmatch Outlaws, the Drucifer Yarcifer experience, Cassette Classics 86 on YouTube, Rich Dow, my pal over there, his podcast, the Down Under Thundercast, and of course, Don Tony and Kevin Castle. Necromaniacs podcast, the Human Experience podcast. Ringside is Wrestling on YouTube. Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show. And of course, the Garden of Doom. And we have Old Guy Metalcast, funkbetty.com. I know it's cold out right now, but it's going to get warm. And you want to get some clothes over at funkbetty.com. Do that tonight. MJW Games. And of course, Cherry Jesus on YouTube and his band Kaiser. My buddy Sam Hoyos and his band Red River Podcast. His band, Playing Dead in the Red River Podcast. Bio Geeks, that's Fateh 316, and of course the High Marks Podcast, the Midnight Mass Creature Cast, and the Weekly Detour with Anthony Alston and Teddy. And we got the Guns and Geeks Podcast. Shah, anything happening on Planet Mondo?
No, not for the foreseeable future, but I want to comment on one thing that Chris Matthews said. He said he didn't understand men. I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but just a brief summary in case you want to rewatch it, because I think it'll definitely be a different experience if you go into it thinking about it like that. It's more so about how, I guess the social pressure on men and how we don't really heal from anything and we just suppress everything inside
or take it out on other people.
Not only that, we just repeat the same cycle, hence the reason all the men look the same. They were birthing men, and basically just we stuff shit inside and we're just all broken people. We just keep it moving and hurt more people. Yeah. So, and I very much relate to that. I can very much relate to that. You know what I mean? Because I've suppressed a lot, and I've ended up hurting many people. So.
Yeah, I'm a super fan of it. I remember sitting in the movie theater the last 15 minutes, and I felt like I was going in for surgery. I felt like this uncomfortableness. I've only felt it a few times. Hereditary and Men, I think, are the two times I felt it the most. B. O'Brien, anything happened on the B. O'Brien channel?
Yeah, I didn't get something this week, but 2 weeks ago I put up kind of my thoughts on the new Halloween series that was announced.
Oh, shit.
The good and bad, and some sentiments that were echoed on TikTok by Chunky Larry. So I think I'm onto something here. So go to bshowbrien.com. You can check it out. It's got I think a couple hundred views. So go help me out there. Like and subscribe.
And of course, subscribe. And of course, if you do head over our Patreon, you will have access to everything. And especially if you got any trips coming up or something like that, you're looking for shit to listen to. My God, the Patreon's where you want to get to. And of course, it's $5. There's only one tier, and that is the tier. And we are so grateful to everybody who's been contributing to it for the last couple of years, new and old. But guys, we've had a lot of fun hanging out with you, had a lot of fun watching these trailers with you, but we're heading over to Patreon. But we'll see you guys next week in Spitball Media.